सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच। इस संबोधन के लिए मैं माननीय विपक्ष के नेता श्री गुलाम नबी आजाद का धन्यवाद करता हूं और साथ ही मैं अनुरोध करूंगा माननीय सदन के नेता श्री अरुण जेटली से कि वे इस अवसर पर कृपया अपने उद्गार व्यक्त करें। आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑनरेबल लीडर ऑफ द हाउस श्री अरुण जेटली टू से अ फ्यू वर्ड्स ऑन दिस ओकेजन।
The Honorable Vice President, the Honorable Prime Minister, the Vice President-elect, the Honorable Speaker, Anand Kumar ji, Azad Sahab, Professor Kurian, Shri Thambi Durai, Dr. Manmohan Singh ji, and friends. Today, as we bid goodbye to the Honorable Vice President and our Chairman in the Rajya Sabha, it's ironically become a day of multiple farewells. And we in the Rajya Sabha since morning have been giving farewells either to our Chairman or to some of our very distinguished colleagues. And obviously this is an occasion where you remember all people with whom we are officially parting company today in more than one way. The Vice President and the Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, as Vice President, he's represented the country internationally throughout his term. And of course, his great experience as a diplomat came handy. When Parliament was not in session, he was traveling across the country as a much sought-after speaker, guiding the country on various subjects. Sir, for most of your 10 years, almost 8.5 out of them, I had the opportunity on both sides to occupy the seat closest to your chair. And therefore, geographically at least, I was the closest observer. And I saw with amazement how, despite provocation, despite several moments of challenge which came up, you conducted yourself as a statesman, and you had realized that we politicians normally, when we are in a hostile mood, we have a problem for every solution. And when we are in a cooperating mood, we find a solution very easily. So you had judged most of us and therefore learned how to deal with us. Just one or two episodes, I referred to one in the morning. But I found your varied interests on subjects. I used to closely read and follow most of your speeches, including the ones outside the House. And I must say that I have seen very few people in public space work so hard on their speeches. Your sentences were well chiseled, they were short, they were never verbose. You always gave relatively shorter speeches. Your turn of phrases was expressive. And therefore, many of them were documents worth reading and learning the art of how to draft or deliver a speech itself. You were a voracious reader, and every time I met you in your chamber or at your residence, you would always refer to any fascinating book that you had come across and occasionally refer to it. And the width of your interest was so wide that I remember about 2-3 weeks ago, something which provoked some of my colleagues. I sent you a copy of how the Salisbury Doctrine in England was developed with regard to the role of the upper house, somewhat a controversial subject. And sometimes much later, I received a Xerox copy from you on the whole controversy of bodyline bowling in the Ashes. And the latest gift I received from you was a photograph that when Dennis Lillee bowled, he had 9 slip fielders. And it's a rare photograph worth preserving, which only indicates that the width of interest that you have. And now that you are free from the challenges of running the upper house, I think you will have a lot more time to follow these pursuits and continue to guide the country, something which you have been doing in the last several years. I wish you all the very best, a very good health, a long life, and may you continue to guide all of us. Thank you, sir.